American cities are changing. For decades, they were magnets for opportunity. Now, a surprising trend is emerging. People are leaving. In 2024, major cities across the US are witnessing population decline. This urban exodus is a stark contrast to the previous decades of growth. What is driving this shift? The reasons are complex and multifaceted. Economic pressures, evolving lifestyles, and the rise of remote work are all playing a role. This essay will delve into the factors behind this phenomenon. We will explore its potential impact on the future of urban life in America. One of the primary drivers of this urban exodus is economic pressure. Major cities, particularly on the coasts, have become increasingly expensive. Housing costs have skyrocketed, making it difficult for many to afford to live in these urban centers. The rising cost of living is not limited to housing. Groceries, transportation, and everyday expenses have also increased significantly. This economic strain is particularly acute for young people and families. They are finding it increasingly challenging to make ends meet in cities that were once seen as gateways to opportunity. This economic reality is forcing many to make difficult choices. Some are choosing to leave the city altogether, seeking more affordable options elsewhere. Others are delaying major life milestones, such as buying a home or starting a family. The high cost of living in major cities is reshaping the economic landscape of urban America. The COVID-19 pandemic brought about a seismic shift in the way we work. Remote work, once a niche perk, became the norm for millions of Americans. This shift has had a profound impact on the relationship between people and their physical workplaces. As remote work becomes more established, many are questioning the need to live in expensive urban centers. If work can be done from anywhere, why not choose a location with a lower cost of living? This is a question many are grappling with, and for some, the answer lies outside of the city limits. The rise of remote work has decoupled work from physical location. This has given people unprecedented flexibility in where they choose to live. For some, this means leaving the city for a quieter, more affordable life. For others, it means staying put, but enjoying the benefits of a more flexible lifestyle. The remote work revolution is reshaping the geography of work, and in turn, the demographics of our cities. San Francisco, once a beacon of innovation and technological advancement, is a prime example of this urban exodus. The city has experienced a significant population decline in recent years. This is due, in part, to the soaring cost of living and the rise of remote work in the tech industry. San Francisco's tech boom brought with it a surge in housing prices. This made it increasingly difficult for those outside the tech sector to afford to live in the city. As remote work became more common in the tech industry, many tech workers found themselves no longer tethered to the Bay Area. This combination of factors has led to a decline in San Francisco's population. The city's once vibrant streets are now quieter, and some businesses are struggling to stay afloat. San Francisco's story is a cautionary tale of the challenges facing even the most prosperous of cities in the age of remote work and rising inequality. Section 5, Case Study, New York City. New York City, the nation's largest metropolis, is also experiencing the effects of this urban shift. While not as pronounced as in San Francisco, New York has seen a slight decline in population in recent years. This is notable given the city's historical ability to attract people from all walks of life. The reasons for New York's shrinking population are similar to those in other cities. The high cost of living, particularly housing, is a major factor. Additionally, the rise of remote work has given some New Yorkers the flexibility to work from more affordable locations. Despite these challenges, New York City remains a global hub for finance, culture, and innovation. The city's resilience and ability to adapt to change should not be underestimated. However, the current trend of population decline raises questions about the future of urban life in New York and other major cities across the U.S. Section 6. The allure of affordability. As major cities become increasingly expensive, smaller cities and suburban areas are experiencing a resurgence. These areas offer a lower cost of living, often with more space and access to nature. For those priced out of major cities, these smaller locales are becoming increasingly attractive. The rise of remote work has made it easier for people to live and work in these smaller communities. No longer tied to major urban centers for employment, many are seeking a better quality of life in more affordable areas. This includes families seeking more space, young professionals looking for a better work-life balance, and retirees seeking a quieter pace of life. This shift towards smaller cities and suburban areas is changing the demographic makeup of these communities. They are becoming more diverse, with an influx of people from different backgrounds and professions. This influx of new residents brings with it new ideas, businesses, and cultural influences, enriching the social fabric of these communities. The rise of smaller cities and suburban areas is not simply a matter of affordability. It also reflects a broader shift in lifestyle preferences. Many are seeking a slower pace of life, closer to nature, and with a stronger sense of community. Smaller cities and suburban areas often offer these qualities in abundance. They provide a respite from the hustle and bustle of city life, allowing residents to enjoy a more relaxed and balanced lifestyle. This is particularly appealing to those who have grown weary of the constant stimulation and competition of major urban centers. This shift towards smaller cities and suburban areas is not without its challenges. These communities need to adapt to their growing populations, ensuring adequate infrastructure, housing, and amenities. The trends we are seeing in 2024 raise important questions about the future of urban life in America. Will major cities continue to lose residents to smaller, more affordable areas? Or will they find ways to adapt and remain attractive to a changing workforce and demographic? The answers to these questions will depend on a variety of factors. City leaders will need to address the issue of affordability, making it possible for people of all income levels to live in urban centers. They will also need to create cities that are attractive to a workforce that increasingly values flexibility and remote work options. The future of urban life will also depend on how smaller cities and suburban areas adapt to their growing populations. These communities will need to invest in infrastructure, housing, and amenities to accommodate new residents, while preserving the qualities that make them attractive in the first place. Experts are divided on the long-term implications of these urban shifts. Some believe that the current trend of people moving away from major cities is a temporary blip. They argue that once the pandemic subsides and the economy stabilizes, people will return to cities in droves. Others believe that we are witnessing a more fundamental shift in the way we live and work. They argue that the rise of remote work and the desire for a more balanced lifestyle will continue to drive people away from expensive urban centers. Only time will tell which of these perspectives proves to be more accurate. What is clear is that the trends we are seeing in 2024 have the potential to reshape the American urban landscape for years to come. How cities adapt to these challenges will determine their long-term viability and success. The Great Shift of 2024 is more than just a demographic trend. It is a reflection of evolving priorities and a changing relationship with work and place. As Americans reconsider their relationship with urban life, the very fabric of our cities is being rewoven. The urban exodus, driven by economic pressures, remote work opportunities, and lifestyle preferences, is reshaping the American landscape. This shift presents both challenges and opportunities. Major cities must adapt to remain competitive, addressing affordability and quality of life concerns. Smaller cities and suburban areas, now experiencing an influx of new residents, must manage growth sustainably while preserving their unique character. The future of American cities hinges on adaptability and innovation. The cities that thrive in this new landscape will be those that can balance economic opportunity with quality of life, creating vibrant and inclusive communities for all. The Great Shift is not an end, but a beginning, a chance to build a more sustainable, equitable, and fulfilling future for all Americans, regardless of where they choose to call home.